Pull this string.
We are live, according to YouTube, at least. So,
It takes
welcome
about...
everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hello. It takes about 10 seconds.
Your sound
Real
should be
time.
okay.
Yes.
It says we're live, so cool.
We are live now.
So we had some folks waiting, so just let us know when the stream starts, and it looks like it is in fact starting. And let us know if the sound is okay, if you can't hear Patrick or anything like that. But I believe we have identified and eliminated that particular problem at this point.
I think we're fine.
Okay.
I think we're good.
So
we are... Let's reacquaint ourselves.
Yeah, so we finished turn one, and we got this disorganized clusterfuck down here in the middle of the desert.
I just moved the record track to the 20th.
Okay. I removed the traffic marker that I saw.
Okay. Yeah, so over here, but let's start in the east and go west. So over by like Hellfire, we have just like a standoff, and there's a unit on the coast of mine that's about to die, maybe.
Well, we'll see. It's looking pretty fragile.
And then up by Bardia, everyone's still in PD and fresh, and I don't see them leaving it.
They're probably not going anywhere.
Yeah. And everyone to Brooks on lockdown, to include the Africa division. And then we go down south where we have the fairly historical cluster, as you put it, clusterfuck of armored units swirling around trying to kill each other. So that's about right. That's I'm down with that. And 21st Panzer is kind of to the north, bearing down on the support group, and Arietta is kind of pinned between 4th Armored Brigade and 7th Armored Brigade, and is probably going to die a death in a different way than it did historically, but like it did historically, a how do you put it? It'll be zombie Ariete. It'll come back later, but as zombie Ariete. So, all right, I think we should go to the SOP.
Looking at the SOP here. So reinforcements and weather.
So reinforcements.
Do we even have weather?
There is no weather in Brazen Chariots, which actually somewhere, I think I was on Consimworld or something, or read something, and there's actually quite a drenching rain on a couple of days, but there is no weather in this title.
Okay.
So
reinforcements.
I don't get anything until Rommel on the 21st. So yeah,
which is tomorrow, so it's not that far away.
Yeah, he shows up and says, "What have you guys? What have you been doing?"
All right, I have quite a bit.
So... Yes, you do. 1st South African Division and 8th RTR. Oof.
Looking for F. All right, so we'll just throw all this down here for now.
I will find you F.
I know where it is.
There it is.
Yep.
These are the guys, who historically were trying to flank.
All right, so
shallow flank, yeah.
We get 2 more naval asset RD points. Where are those in this thing? But then on a roll of 3 or more, they come out. So let's see if it matters.
Yeah.
3 or more.
Roll to 3 or more.
So I guess I don't have to worry about those.
They don't come out if you roll 3 or more.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
It's all irrelevant. Yeah, okay. 4th Indian division started locked on the first turn. Or finished on the first turn, I should say. All right, and you don't get anything.
Nada.
So next comes first player determination.
Air points.
Oh, that's true. Where's the table for that?
There is an air point table, I am sure, in the charts. Yes. Air points available.
All right, I will roll. I have 3, which gives me 1 air point.
I have 1, which gives me 0 air points.
Okay.
So that's that. And we put those at the top of the game turn marker last turn. I will reduce mine to decrease. Oh, not delete. That's stupid. Decrease. Decrease. All right. So.
Hi, how you doing, Gary, Robert, Joe, and Brian? Welcome. We are just getting started with turn 2, which is November 20th, 1941.
Now we roll 2d6 for, as you said, for all right. You are the first player.
All right, cool. So let's see what we're doing here.
Oh, don't forget assignment if you want to futz with anything.
We got to do the orders too.
Yep.
So let's just do that.
Let's do that, shall we? Just so you know, these were my orders for last turn. I've revealed them to you. Let me save that. And
so the annoying thing is you can't go in and I'll have to do it this way. That's fine. You can't go in and edit the save note.
no, you cannot. You have to do it all. Not going to complain about that. That's the delayed note function in Vassal. Okay, save. Hey, Alan. Welcome aboard, Alan. Gonna see if I can stop the Orc.
Here, we got the support division. I feel like I'm having contrast issues today.
Let me Well, you're doing that. My orders are pretty easy. I'm basically like everybody is unlocked. Do this. It looks. Are you talking about on YouTube or
On
you?
Vassal.
In what sense with contrast?
It just feels eye straining. At least on some of these fourth armored counters, at least.
Yeah, let's
I'll
see.
end up
Fourth.
zooming in the long run.
Yeah. Fourth armored. Where is fourth armored?
They're in the big whirling whirlpool in the middle.
Okay. Oh, there. Yeah, I'm having trouble too. It's just the effect of the red stripe over
That
the
could be it,
unit.
yeah.
Yeah. Red stripe, white outline to then denote, red AV is a little vibrity.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad shilling, Alan. A bad shilling. I will always demand shillings, or a bad. You could be a bad rupee. Bad rupees are good. A bad halfpenny. Yeah, my orders were simpler. I was like, everybody who's like unlocked, like Ariete, I'm not going to tell you specifically, but in the Panzer divisions, do this. Everybody in the defensive area, do this. Everybody who's locked, do this, but they won't be able to move, so.
All right. Very good. All right. So that's all done.
All right.
And it's my go first. So I think what we're going to try to do is try to identify, looking at what we got here.
Yeah, if you need some time to, think out some strategery, I'm all about it. It's okay. We have no rush. There's no rush. So the trivia question for the audience today, first trivia question for the first hour is, who commanded the British forces in the desert before the guy who's commanding it in this operation?
Who is in charge here? Is it
No,
Auchinleck?
the Auk, right? So who commanded before the Auk is the first part, and where did he end up? That's the trivia question for the audience. For the audience.
Pretty sure I know who it was, but it's for the audience.
Yes. No Googling. I like that's gonna work. Don't Google. Yeah.
All right, so I think we're going to activate. Let me unhighlight this one. I think we're going to activate. Where's the HQ? Okay, so what about guys that are outside command range?
So you make an interesting point. So one of the things that happens is guys who are in command, who are out of command range right now.
Mm-hmm.
Your guys are my guys. It kind of doesn't matter. So we need to check this out. So get this. This is another thing as we're digging deeper. So we could be your command range could be 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all right. So let's see. Yeah, like the support group. But as you move through a turn, all the support you've assigned, which
Mm-hmm.
applies to every unit you have, could be conceivably infinity hexes out there.
Right.
But during the assignment phase every turn, I believe that changes. You have to assign, and anybody who's not in command range is 1 isolated. Okay, so we need to figure that out for everybody
Right.
because we got a bunch of guys who are
Oh
all
yeah.
yeah, both of us, and 2, I believe we have to assign support and people that now don't have it can't get it. You know, which to me
Okay.
it'd be a better move if it was like a fixed command range. Like, hey, we're going with this abstract idea that support that this AT company, or AT,
Mm-hmm.
in a division or an AT platoon equivalent can be spread out to theoretically an 6, 8, 9 battalions, within a formation.
Right.
But I don't see how that happens if you're 20 hexes away from your headquarters. If the headquarters is like the prime thing we're rolling with.
Right.
So anyway, but back to this, we
All
need to
right.
figure this out. So the guys, as you see, stacked with Ariete
Right.
are okay. All right, that's fine. Right. The guys who are not, so we'll start with the Italians. The guys who are not stacked with the Ariete headquarters at this moment. As I'm looking, yes, I see red Zoc. Yes, I see red Zocs abound. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so those tank units up there to me are looking like they're isolated.
Okay.
But I don't have any units that get support. Let me just double check from Ariete right now, but which would be all the infantry stuff
Mm-hmm.
because they've been blown back, into that 1 hex.
Okay. All right. So I'm
So,
going to
so that's
activate
that.
22nd Armored. Okay.
Well, before we do that, that's what I'm saying is you need to look at all your guys to
22nd
see
Armored
who's
has.
isolated. And
So the big problem is going to be up here with the 4th Armored Brigade.
right.
Actually, no. They're out of supply from the. Actually, they aren't. Okay, their supply line's cut by that Ariete tank, but they're all in range of the HQ.
Right.
So they're all okay. The support group, however, has multiple units out of command range. As in, like, most of it. Until I move the HQ.
Right. But we're talking about assignment. That's why we're doing it. So my ready, all right, I got a place. Let me do the isolation marker since we're doing this one at a time. So while you're doing that, let me find the, while you're figuring that out. Miscellaneous markers now, markers. They are not.
Not sure there are isolation markers.
I'm looking. Yeah, they might not be. It might be in the module. It might be just a thing where they're isolated. So I'm going to look up the rules for isolation while you're checking your.
All right.
All right. So,
Well, so down in the 22nd Panzer area, we're actually okay. So I'm just going to move that marker for Ariete because I'm moving into that hex. So 1, 2. Oh, I got to do snafu first. All right. So
okay, so isolation occurs in the fatigue and isolation phase. And that is at the end of your activation.
okay. Okay, that actually makes more sense.
Yep.
All right.
So,
So snafu for 22nd Armored, they are fresh. They are optimal distance from the supply head, and they are not on tracks.
Right.
So that's a +2 for a 9. That's full activation. Now we're going to move that unit. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we are going to do a engagement on that stack to try and drop support. So I'm going to set an objective, actually. Let me do that. Double tap that. Since that's there. And they're not going to get farther. So that will have to do. All right. So do you have multiple supports? Is, I guess, my question here, because you have limited support, which counts on defense, and you have standoff support.
So you were looking at Ariete, right?
Yeah, 7.1.
Ariete has a dude who's standoff support, who's an 88, who's right there. Okay. We are actually not going to use him in standoff support. So in assignment, yeah, we're going to leave him in standoff support. And then we have limited support. What standoff support, remember, what allows to do is it projects from the location of those units that he's supporting, right?
Right.
A standoff Zoc zone of 2 hexes.
Right.
So he adds AV into hexes from where those guys are. All right. Where his physical location right now really does not matter. He's only providing support to them, and all of Ariete, as it exists currently, is in that hex.
Right.
Right. Limited support is the AT unit, which only gives like a defensive stop. It's basically 1 hex. All right.
Right.
The problem with Ariete is all that support is crunched in there, but outside of that, we got some tanks, and they don't matter. They don't get that support because they're red AV. So really, none of that matters. It's like that. There's 1 hex with Ariete, and it's got like a 2 hex Zoc, is the best way to think of it. From the standoff support that is the 88.
Right. Okay, so the way I read 7.1K is that because you have more than 1 unit in support, that you are, in fact, multiple supports.
Correct.
So that's going to be a +1 for you, which cancels out the +1 for the double objective. And then AV plus action rating for me is going to be a 5.
Right.
Then you'll have your 3 plus
7, the 88s.
Okay. So let's roll it. Wow, that's great. Fire loss and traffic.
Yes.
A lot of traffic modifier. I can still take the second fire action, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Hey, John Longshore.
Okay,
John Longshore
better.
from the Civil War's here. I like John Longshore.
That's going to be a modified 7. You said you had a 7, right? And I have a 5?
Right.
So it's -2. So that is an adjusted 7, which is target drops. So let me get that. I have that handy. So they're dropped. All right. Now.
So now we're talking about the other tank that's to the north, right? 7th?
No, this is 22nd.
22nd. So
the one with the traffic over it.
Right. Now, what we need to determine is when he got the traffic, can he continue to engage?
That's okay. Let's check that then.
Yeah.
Because I did ask that.
Traffic.
So traffic is 5.1 G.
Yes. And I'm seeing no.
Nothing that says that does anything other than stop
Right.
movement.
Correct.
All right. So, next I'm going to move this this guy right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's done. This guy's gonna go 1, 2, and we're gonna do what sounds like 2 barrages on those units in Chariots hex.
You do that. So you roll a d6 for each unit.
Uh-huh.
For each barrage. So top unit, bottom unit.
There's no modifiers to this at all, I don't think, other than the terrain, and
None.
we don't have that. All right, so first barrage on the top unit is a loss.
Okay, so that's the top guy.
First barrage on the bottom unit. That is a loss.
Right. So then if you want to do a second one.
Well, what's left? The answer is almost certainly yes.
The answer is certainly yes.
Yes. Okay. So second barrage on the top unit. That's a loss.
He dies.
Second barrage on the bottom unit. That's a loss.
He's still alive.
There are 2 units here.
Robert Moffat, you are correct about O'Connor, but that is not the correct answer to the question.
All right, so that's 1, 2,
but points for trying.
3. We're going to barrage once again.
Okay.
So first barrage, nothing. Second barrage, nothing.
Nothing.
All right. All right, so that means we're doing this, I guess. 1, 2. Oh shit! I've screwed that up. All right, let's look at traffic again. Just gonna go 1, 2. Yeah, we can do that this way. I'm going to make you shuffle these miscellaneous guys, miscellaneous markers, though.
You roll like you got to roll, playa.
All right, so we're going to
There we go.
1.
You need a space there, don't you? I will give you a space there. And Arietta is fresh, if you can believe it.
That's not the space I need.
What space do you need?
The space that you currently have limited support marker in.
Boom. Boom. All yours, sir.
Okay. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will do a combat.
Okay. So we go to the combat chart.
Okay. So we have AR4, and you have what?
An AR3.
Okay, so we're at +1. No support. Double tap will give me a +1. There is no artillery available. So we're at +3.
You can magically use your air point and call it in like it's Vietnam.
So, yeah, I think I will. So let's roll up here and mark that off. I'm just inclined to not, but it's actually smarter to. All right, so that gives me a net +5 by my reckoning.
Sure. Let's re-reckon.
All right,
I
so
love the word reckon.
2 for the suppression mission.
Right.
I'm glad we're re-reckoning because I think I said it wrong. 1 for the double objective.
Right. 1 for the AR difference. 4.
Right. And we can call in an assist from those units in the adjacent hex for 5.
Which units and what adjacent hex?
The units immediately to the west. Because remember that the barraging does not spoil them for assisting.
Directly to the west. Yes. The guys directly to the west?
Yeah, the guy's in 5319.
53. All right. 16, 17, 18. We're the traffic marker.
No, immediately to the southeast of that.
Okay, so did you shoot with both those guys?
Yes, but we determined last week that does not prevent them from assisting.
They get an assist. Go for it.
All right, so +5. That is a 12, which is a D1 retreat.
They are dead.
Okay, so what happens to the headquarters?
The headquarters ghost, does it teleports.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I will advance, but go ahead and move your stuff out.
Okay, so remember, soft and hard jumps. You have to finish your movement. So the finishing your movement will be the advance. You're going to advance after combat.
Yes,
okay.
And this was the last unit, by the way, too.
Right.
Although, when does the ghost go away, actually? The ghost trains.
We'll have to look.
We'll look at that in a minute.
Let me do my retreat.
Yes.
Let me move my headquarters. So he can't be in the Zoc of somebody with a red AV. So he is going to end up.
I'm looking up the soft and hard jumps.
Doesn't matter because it's an advance after combat. So all a soft means is I have to wait until you're done. And my current location, I can't stay there. Because once you jump me where I am right now, there's
true.
red.
I guess you're right. It's not really relevant in this case.
I'm soaking a red AV. So there's no red AV with the recon element. So, and let me see if there's anything with the support group. No. So he's going to go there. That's where Ariete headquarters is going.
Okay.
Let me find a. Now, I would look up ghosting the supply train to see when that goes away. I have a feeling they were ghosted. I think it's your next active at the end of whatever activation is what my gut says, but you look that one. It wouldn't be Arc Light. It would be F4 Phantoms, John Long. Arc Light, you'd have to back off like 3 miles. Unless you want to bomb the friendlies.
Okay, yeah, it's actually what happened right now, basically.
The beginning of your next activation.
No, it's during the activities phase. If they didn't move, they can flip out of Ghost, and that's
correct.
The activities phase is what we're in.
Right.
So
22nd armor.
But it's after Snafu, right? So, which is the important thing. So the 22nd was not, their supply train was not ghosted, but I got other guys who are.
You have them marked as ghosted, which you shouldn't.
22nd? 22nd
Yeah.
shouldn't be.
Which is cool.
Just about everybody else down here is.
Right. Everybody got jumped. It's a craziness.
Right. I'm doing my advance, and they're done.
Okay.
Let's try for a second activation, which they get on a. Let's do fatigue first.
Yep.
So they fatigue on a 1 to 3. They do fatigue. All right. So they now fatigue 0. So they will second activate on a 5 or 6.
Let me get rid of all my.
Oh yeah. Move those where they need to go.
I'm pretty sure I was fatigued. Oh no, that you just flipped that.
Oh, you're right. That was yours. You were fresh.
Yes. Decrease. Give me my fresh. Don't be fresh. All right, so over here. Here's your fatigue 0. Your dirty fatigue 0. So, and let me now do this. Okay.
All right, here's your fresh. Oh, you got it already. All right.
Right.
Let's put that over there. All right, so we're good. All right, so we do get a second activation. So let's see what we can do. All right, let's roll snafu. We're optimal distance, not fresh. No tracks.
Ghosted is a game turn, John Longshore, for like your supply line. You've moved your supply line, or someone's jumped it. Your supply train, I should say, and so you've had to move it, so it's less efficient. So it's ghosted.
22nd gets a full activation. That's a net +1 for optimal. So are we still optimal? Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All right. So let's roll then. So we're gonna roll 1, 2. I thought I had enough to do this with. Apparently not. I'll have to do it in. Wait a minute. That's the wrong unit. 1, 2. We'll have to do this in move mode. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, what just happened to your HQ, correct me if this is wrong, did not do anything to support, correct?
Please repeat. I could
You
not
still
hear
got all that support, even though the HQ and
Yeah, because it
right.
got dropped. It got dropped from those infantry units, but
All right,
not.
So we have to engage here to try to strip support. So I have it's 4 to 4, but you have. It's not 4 to 4. It's 4 to what's the AR? Let's see. Because you're going to count
Now,
those.
hold on.
You're not going to count.
I need to reacquaint myself to how standoff AV interacts with. I mean, I'd much rather use the 88s than the tanks, if you follow my drift.
No, you're going to use the AR, the AV from the 88s, and the AR from the unit.
Correct.
What are we calling that? The host unit?
Yes.
So that's a 7 to my
Right.
4, which is pretty garbage, actually. I did just set an objective, though. Damn it.
Yeah, set
the
it.
objective
Why don't you do that?
actually goes here. It's within 2 hexes. So 7 to 4, add 2 to the 4 for a 6, but add 1 to the 7 for multiple support. So it's 6 to 8. So it's the net, by my calculation, is -2.
He doesn't get multiple. Yeah, yes, he does.
I think he does.
Yep.
Wait, no, he doesn't get support because he is an AR unit.
Right. That's why I said, let me look that up real quick.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, damn
Moving
right
too
we're
fast.
getting support confused.
We're moving too fast. So
So, I actually think that guy's on his own.
well, he has his own because he's red AV,
Right, exactly.
but it's not too. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So it's not even a support thing, right? It's just literally tanks shooting at other tanks.
Right. The question, yeah, I just need to, just need to find the 88 thing.
I didn't need. Where did this guy start? Hold on a second. Let me check something. Oh yeah, he's way in the back. Well, not way in the back, but he's in the back. So.
AV units, including dual, never in bold have access to support.
Okay, so it's just a shot then.
Right.
So in that case, it's a 4-4 +1
Right.
for the double objective. So
Correct.
it's a net +1.
Correct. Even though the Germans and the Italians did indeed use as a tactic lending 88 support in this life, but whatever. You go ahead.
Yes, but we also are in agreement that the 88s are a little too flexible.
Well,
so that's an 8.
Yes.
Which is a both loss.
Right. I'm just taking the game on its terms, man. Just taking the game on its terms.
All right, we're going to do it again at a +1.
Okay.
That's a 9, which is target loss and retreat.
Target loss retreat, right?
Yeah.
Okay, decrease. Boom.
But
there we go.
Where is that?
Retreats are 2 hexes, right?
I think so. Where's the damn headquarters? Ah, so that unit right behind you does not have support, even though it's from support, because he's out of command range.
Right.
All right.
All right.
We can advance after the engagement, right?
I'm trying to figure out how far I can retreat.
It's 3 hexes.
3 hexes. 1. So I was there. 1, 2. Yeah, that feels like the place to go. With
that unit that right under the double tap, that unit does have support.
Doesn't matter on a retreat. I've got to retreat. You follow?
Well, I know you have to retreat.
I'm not moving. So if I was moving, we'd be in a different land. There. He is retreating. So you may continue.
It does flip to its move side too. Is the only other thing, if it wasn't already.
And you should not advance. That's only on an attack.
Okay.
We've got our usual, rules people.
All right. So where did that go?
Every move. Uh-huh.
That went under the stand-up support marker. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So next. Move this recon guy. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Really, more than anything else, I wanted him out of the way. All right, so next we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to hit that hex. Once again, I'm going to have to split the attack, though. But we're looking at all armor, so there's no support. Yep, okay. So we're going to first hit the hex on the left, which is the one under the standoff support. So we have... oh, shit, that's the wrong unit. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I was like, with an infantry guy?
Yeah, no, that's me not paying attention. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, we are going to hit with our 2 fire. We have to shoot at both hexes, right? Since they both have AVs.
Right.
So first unit on the left, I have a 5. You have a 4. So plus
Correct.
1. We're within the double tap range, so it's another plus 1. So plus 2. Oh. All right. Fire loss and traffic.
Right.
Put traffic there. All right. So the traffic means that I can't move into the hex at all. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, I could shoot again at the other guy, and I actually have to. So let's do that at a plus 2. Whoa! Okay. That's target loss and retreat. So exactly opposite of the previous roll.
Uh-huh.
And that was the unit stacked under the HQ.
Right.
Because I have to I have to hit each of them once. Because they're both
But you can keep doing you can keep doing them one at a time. It really doesn't matter. So my presumption was you said the guy to the left, so I thought you were shooting at the guy to the left.
Yeah, that was the first shot where I shot the bed.
You don't have to like engage them both. You've just got to engage somebody. Is kind of where you're at.
I thought I had to engage both of them. Okay, well, if that's the case, then I will hit the guy on the left because he's got less steps left, and he is going to take a loss and retreat.
Okay, so he takes a loss and retreat, which he does. Let me see here. And that would be... He retreats to the headquarters.
So he has to retreat 3, though.
Yeah, but you've got to retreat to your head. You know, we start getting into retreat priorities, you know, of your headquarters and stuff. His headquarters is adjacent. Which, remember, the worst type of retreat sends you back to your headquarters. Or maybe not. 7.5. $7.5 is the section we need to look at.
All right, so owning player retreats units the direction that's locally to the rear. More than one hex is roughly as qualified to choose the one he prefers. So this is an automatic retreat.
Right. And then I love typical Dean, like, you know, don't drive yourself nuts. It's just a retreat. So.
Well, yeah, but oddly enough, I want the book to actually tell me how to do that.
Right. Away from the local enemy units. Okay. In a hex, does that... Well, if I go there, to my headquarters. Well, I'm away from the guy who's shooting at. Well,
You're not. You're in the same hex.
yeah.
You're
So
the same distance.
look at all the priorities.
Right. So away from the local enemy units, especially the attack and assist units,
Right.
hexes.
Right.
So
right.
in that case, that tells you that you have to retreat a hex away from the attacking unit, which
and in a hex that does not contain any Ezok. All right, so that has an Ezok.
You're yes.
Right. And closer to the unit's HQ. Do not end in any hex blocking enemy safe paths or MSRs. Now we're swirling. Those are all over the place, right?
Yeah.
All right. And closer to the formation's combat trains. So what I'm going to do is say, retreating away from you, the guy who shot at me, is the place I got to go, which would be there.
Okay. Fair enough. Did you take the loss?
Yes. And loss. No, I need to. And he's going to go 1, 2, 3. And I'm not in any Ezocs. Well, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's where he's going. All right.
Okay.
Over to you.
All right. So, now I have to look at traffic again, because can I not move into that hex, or can I not move out of that hex?
I believe you have to move there and stop. If you move there, you stop.
Okay. Traffic stop markers inflict a stop on all units in or entering that hex. Okay. All right, so this guy got trafficked last impulse or last activation. So actually traffic comes off at the end of the activation, doesn't it?
Yeah, so the guy down there doesn't have anything to worry about. The guy up there.
Okay. Okay. All right, so this guy will flip to move mode because he really just has to. And he's going to drive. Well, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he does have to go into move mode. He's going to drive into here on top of the traffic.
Right.
And he will shoot at the hex that Ariete is in twice.
In fact, he must.
Well, that's true. Well, he was going to anyway.
Yes, you must. All right, so go ahead.
So it's a 4 versus a 4, but I get a +1 for the double objective.
Indeed.
So that's a 9 target loss and retreat.
Right. So he takes a loss. 2 steps. And then he is going to go. Well, the path the other guy took looks about the looks like the best.
Sounds like that's where you're going.
1. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3 would seem to be the place. And you can keep moving because you've cleared off.
That's true.
Yes.
And he will roll into move your support. I don't want to move them for you. Support and standoff support and other support and additional support. There you go. All right. So we're going to roll into that hex with Ariete in it. So I'll let you put that back wherever as well.
Do you want me to remove my U.S. Army radiomen that call?
Yes,
I'll move those. Okay.
And then I'll let you move the HQ.
Okay, so when you're done moving. No, so you move.
I'm advancing into that hex.
Right. All right, so here we go.
So go ahead and move the HQ.
He is absolutely. Going to go. There. All right.
Okay.
That's where he goes.
All right. So
Now,
this guy moved.
now let me get my standoff support, my limited support, my other support, and my foot support over there. My support hose. Okay. Everything's there.
All right. So this guy moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total so far. So he's going to move. There, I think. All right. So that guy's done. That leaves me with one more, which is the infantry. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to be in a coordination problem. There's not really much to be done about that, to be honest, at this time.
Luckily and wisely, there is no crossing the streams penalty in this.
Yeah, well, God, that would be a hassle just to keep track of, to be honest.
Right.
But there will be coordination problems pretty much henceforth. That's it for 22nd Armored.
In fact, I believe I had to ghost my train when I did that retreat. Or no, I voluntarily yeah, it has to be ghosted. Let me find where the hell are you, Ariete train? Tell me if you spot it. Let me go big.
Ariete train is back up the. No, that's not them.
Did you cover it up with some reinforcements?
Definitely. I didn't. No, I don't have any reinforcements coming in from up there.
I mean, your guys down south there.
No, they're not. They're not pulling from where I'm coming in.
Ariete train.
They're. They are in 3522, just south of.
All right.
See them? Sort of
yeah,
directly-ish south of Tobruk. So they're a ways away.
We're going to flip them.
All right, let me get rid of command range on this. And 22nd Armored is finished. And traffic comes off.
Okay. What a propitious activation by 22nd Armored.
I think mentally I want traffic to hang around. Not want, but you know what I'm saying. I expect traffic to hang around longer than it does. So I expect there to be a counter for it, and there's not, because it only counts that activation.
Yeah, which is
I still think there probably should be a marker for it, but
yeah. If there's traffic, you should have it rather than just remembering it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, my activation. Well. Let's examine this. I think it is. You know what we didn't do? We didn't reset the. No, we didn't reset the headquarters either after last active. Or maybe we did. I don't know.
Well, yes. Go ahead and reset them, and then I'll just unreset 22nd Army, because it's the only thing that's gone. I will get rid of all the moves.
There we go.
Moves.
There we go.
And then I do need to roll for fatigue.
Indeed.
So that's going to fatigue on a 1 to 2. So no fatigue, right? Is that right? Yeah, that will no fatigue. since there was no combat table.
Right.
So they're still at fatigue 0.
Right. John Longshore, no, I didn't, and I would like to. I did. Talking about GDW Desert Games, I'm a big fan of Chadwick's. I believe it's. I always forget if it's Race to Tunis or Run to Tunis and Bloody Kasserine as a combined, especially as a combined Tunisian campaign. To me, to this day, I think it's the best Tunisian campaign game ever done. Everything else leaves out vital stuff like air. It tries to just make it a ground combat or whatever. As a whole game, it's great. Let's see here.
I remember that GDW Operation Crusader game. Somebody on Twitter, I'm trying to remember who it was, it has just busted out Campaign for North Africa on Tabletop Simulator.
I've played it and it's horrible.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. God bless you.
Yeah, I mean, everyone lionizes the thing, but it's a joke for a reason. In my opinion.
It is a joke. I just don't believe that it was an intentional joke at the time.
Right.
I think
right.
Mr.
Richard
Berg, as somebody I hold in pretty high esteem as a designer, actually, I think he did a lot of really nice stuff. But that was a misstep, and it was a misstep in tune with its time. Right. That is the time at which they were going for hardcore simulation. And
Mr. Berg, God rest in peace, was known for tall tales after the fact.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
Yeah. Not calling the man a liar. I'm just saying he would exaggerate and this and that.
Let's say he was misremembering his intentions at the time.
Right.
I believe.
Right. Or he was having fun with the millennial reporter that got sent there and told her it was a troll when it wasn't. I mean, who knows, right?
The thing was on The Big Bang Theory, for God's sake. I mean, that drew a lot of notice.
That's when he said it was a troll. So I think it was from of course, Polygon or something, right? So I always imagine some 22-year-old reporter, going from Brooklyn to Queens or something.
Oh yeah,
because it was an easy right.
That was not a cherry-picked nerd reference either. The people that wrote that episode knew the joke, right? Because they what's her name walks in. I really don't watch that show. What's her name walks in, and Sheldon's got this all set up, and he says, "I have to roll for weather now," and she says, "What do you mean? It's North Africa. It's hot." So Sheldon's like, "Well, we'll find out." And he rolls on a bunch of tables, looks in the book, rolls some more, looks in the book again, rolls another time, looks in the book again, and says, "Yes, it is hot." And I was like, wow, they actually know the joke. Maybe they haven't played it because nobody has really. But
so let's see. So all right, we're activating 21st Panzer. So if that's the first thing, is we're gonna flip them, and then we're gonna find out what the heck is going on with our snafu. So it looks to me, come here, 21st Panzer. Come here, 21st Panzer. Supply train, where are you? Here, boy.
I don't know that you're within 15 hexes. Oh, definitely.
Well, I need to find it.
It's way north on that primary road.
Right. Okay.
And where's your HQ? Okay. Optimal. That's not optimal distance.
We're not optimal. Right. We're not optimal. And we're on tracks. Okay.
But you are fresh.
Yes, so we're -1, but then we're +1 because of the fresh.
So
that translates
-2,
into
but +1 for fresh turns into -1. -1. No, never mind. There's no minus for non-optimal distance. There's just a bonus. So +1 for fresh, -1 for tracks, and -1 for being German. So -1.
German. Correct. So here we go. 6. Which is a partial.
It is.
So we are going to place an objective. Somewhere.
Got 20 people watching. We were up to 22. At one point. Joe Perez says he remembers the CNA playtest sessions at SPI. I have no doubt that they tried to playtest it. I just doubt that it was sufficiently playtested for what it is.
Campaign, like how that's like how do you play test it?
Right. You
Do have
set it up
play-
and push some stuff around for a couple turns, and then you put it away. The same
Right.
applies to, honestly, War in the Pacific, too. At least the Decision War in the Pacific. SPI might have tried to play test the whole thing.
Right.
Because War in Europe's actually, not quite the same, but it's actually playable.
That and that's one of the reasons we were talking about Victory Games the other day, that they kind of took a step above with those type of monster games, because they did play test them. Like, the Pacific War, which is very complicated, right, and very long, by Mark Herman, was not broken.
Well, so I think the consensus, and I think Herman himself has said this in recent years, is that it wasn't really designed for the campaign, right? To simulate the whole war.
I don't mean who wins or loses. That's balance. I mean, the rules weren't broken.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Right.
As far as I could tell, anyway.
Right. And the same thing goes for Nick Karp's Vietnam, which is incredibly complicated and long. But they play test. I mean, there's Tony Curtis, in fact, multiple campaigns. Yeah, So let's see here. But if you got all right,
I did ask directly if there were efforts by Compass Games to investigate a reprint of that game, and was told that the rights situation is murky.
Which game?
The Nick Karp Vietnam.
Yeah, Avalon Hill. It's an Avalon. So Victory was a subdivision of Avalon.
Right.
So the rights went to Hasbro.
Well, so apparently it's more complicated than that, because
unless the designer purchased the rights back or got the rights granted to him. So most of those reprints, like the Korean War Digital Edition, or like what they're planning to do with Mark Herman's, Pacific War, they got those rights to those, But what did you hear that was more complicated? That would be
so. Apparently, if you designed a game for Victory Games Vietnam for Victory Games, and you were a Victory Games staffer, the rights stayed with Victory Games, and that therefore went to Hasbro. However, if you did it freelance, which is independent, as far as I could tell, of whether you were on the Victory Games payroll or not, then you may have retained the rights depending on the contract. The problem is that nobody can find, for that game specifically, nobody can find the contract.
Got it.
So we think Nick's got the rights, but he can't produce the contract.
Got it. Yeah. He actually play tested. Funny enough, we're segueing, but he did some play testing while he could on my upcoming title, and my impression was that he's just not really that into Gronyardy games again. I mean, he gave it a good try and played what he could until he said these aren't for me. So, and he very frequently, being a participant on a lot of the Vietnam forums and stuff, he's been very big on just, he doesn't want to comment on the rules. He's like, I designed it 30 years ago. It's very right.
That's totally fair.
So let's see, what am I going to do? So I've declared my objective.
At some point, I do still intend to bully you into playing that.
That guy is...
Oh, by the way, the Victory Games Civil War Vassal module just got updated.
Uh-huh.
Like in the last week or two. I haven't looked at it, but it just got updated.
It's probably absolutely not compatible with the current, but that's a good option.
Or it's... Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet, so...
We'd have to start all over again. I guarantee if they did it right, somebody did any attempt to do it right, it'd be like, because the last one was made in 2010. All right.
Yeah, I don't think this is a major update. I think this is an incremental update, but that's just my idea rather than I've looked at it and can verify that. So you're moving 21st. You are activating 21st Panzer, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you already
I'm pondering my move.
But I say once you've made the roll, you can't take it back.
This guy's going... All right, so these guys are going to be flipped. That's my objective. Flip all these bad boys into their non-combat side.
Did you give yourself a coordination modifier? Wouldn't have mattered. But I think you were subject to coordination. Because you're tangled up with Vecmar.
I
It
am
wouldn't have
not
mattered
certain.
on the
Let's
roll.
find out if they're buddies.
No German formations are buddies, I believe.
Should be at the top of the thing. Buddies.
Axis, none.
None. Yeah. So they're in coordination. But it wouldn't have impacted anything.
Yeah, it would. It did not change the roll enough.
Pop. 15th is not in coordination. Vecmar is going to be in coordination. All right. So terrain. Track. Half for leg. Good. 1, 2, 3. This over here. 3.
So if you download the files, this is another minor but very infuriating thing. If you download the rules from the website,
Right.
the BCS rules are called BCS rules, and the Brazen Chariots rules are called BC rules.
Yes, I have them both.
So yes, but I have them open in different tabs of the PDF reader, and they're I keep forgetting which is which. I see BC and I flip to the wrong one.
This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. And at that moment, we've got some 88s in support, because of course we do. And we're going to try to drop support on your
that guy under the objective?
Correct.
Okay.
So we engage.
All right, so you're going to be throwing at a... Where are the 88s? I see them.
I got a 4 plus my AR of a 4.
Right.
And you've got 4 plus your limited support from, which is 2. So
that sounds like a +2 to the roll.
Correct.
This formation, that's with the support. They don't have multiple supports.
Nope. So our first shot with those 88s, and we're gonna, for grins, say it's the well, not for grins. The second of the 104th is doing this. So they get shot number 1. 6 plus 2.
8, which drops support.
Drop support. Okay. That's all we're going to do for the moment.
Okay.
Then this gentleman is going to move here. I am now forced to engage your red AV.
Okay.
Your light tanks.
Mm-hmm.
So I am 7 and you are
5.
And support not involved. Here we go. 8. Both loss.
No. So you're a 7 and I'm a 5, so you're +2.
Oh, I had
So
a
that's a
plus
10. So that's a target
10.
loss and retreat.
Correct.
All right, so we'll send him back here, I guess. That's 3, right? Yeah.
Yep. Remove your double tap. Well, I'm going to put it in a
Yeah,
place
here,
where
I'll
we
grab
can...
it.
There. All right.
Whoops.
There it is. It's over to the west. And then this gentleman is going to go 1, and we're going to have to force to engage those light tanks as well. Now, before we do that, that guy is going to barrage the support group guy to the southeast. Okay?
So he has to drop support from that unit first, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, I got to drop his support as well. We're going to try to drop support. So we've got a 7 and you've got a
Nope,
6.
you do not have to do that. He is out of range.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just barrage.
So we've got 1 barrage. Here we go. Failed.
Okay.
That ends his turn. This guy's going to go 1, and we're forced to engage you.
Okay. This is another 7 to 5, so go ahead and roll that.
Right.
No support.
So +2.
That's a 9, which is target loss and retreat. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Shit. Okay.
And so that was 1, 2, 3. This guy is going to stop there, and then he's going to try to barrage the guy to his due west. So here we go. Nothing. Then we've got a partial, but we have 2 artillery. We've got 1 with the 3, actually, so it's 1.5. We're going to assault the guy with support drop up there.
Okay.
And we've got an assist.
Who's
and
assaulting?
The machine gun company.
Okay.
The guy underneath him is assisting, and we're going to barrage you for suppression.
Okay.
So we go to the combat table.
Okay, so you're going to get... What's the base to start with?
The base is I am a 4 and you are a 4.
Okay. So 4 to 4 plus 2 for the suppression mission for you.
Right.
Plus 1 for the assist.
Right.
So plus 3 is what it sounds like.
It sounds like we're correct. So let's go. 2d6. 11.
It's an 11. It's a D1 plus retreat. All right. But there's a problem. So, because he's going to lose his additional step moving right there. Because he's leg moving through an AV zone.
Sure about that?
No.
We got 12 watching now. It's a riveting Easter.
.5 is retreats.
Joe Perez, if you're still out there, how long did they play test CNA? Like roughly a month?
An
2?
hour and a half.
Curious. An hour. And was morale low amongst the playtesters? The second question.
Gee, Richard, this kind of sucks.
Morale was low.
All right, so effects of no safe path. In general, if there's no safe path, all retreat results are automatically handled as minus 1 step per unit, no retreat for leg or truck MA units.
Oh yeah, and your truck, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true. She is truck, not leg. But so I think he doesn't retreat. He's just eliminated.
Yeah, you're surrounded by AV. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you got
All right.
nowhere to go.
So.
All right, and we shall advance
I
this
look
gentleman
at it
after.
as mitigating future traffic problems.
Yeah. Delete. Oh, I shouldn't have deleted that. Here, keep your
The objective stays, although if you don't intend to, well, the support drop doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the objective stays where it is unless you don't plan on attacking again, in which case, then fine.
I have nothing left to do. I is done, as they say.
In that case, you're rolling for fatigue.
So here we go. I do get fatigue, so we're no longer fresh.
Yeah, right. I believe that is your first failed fatigue roll.
Yes, but I didn't do a lot last time. Remember, a lot of people just moved.
That's true.
Not, So now we roll for a second activation. So now I have coordination.
Coordination. Do you have coordination? I say you do.
I would actually argue that I do not with them anymore. If you look, the formation lines are clean. I'm not intermingled with anybody.
Yeah. All right. I'll go with that.
I like you. I'll allow it.
Assuming you don't have anything stacked weirdly in here, and I don't believe you do, then I think you are okay.
Yeah, all of 21st Panzers are kind of like Wiedmann is off to the side, and we're kind of like in an X shape, focused right there.
Yeah.
And then Ariete is off to the left.
So I think you are at -2. One for track.
Right.
And one for being German.
Correct. So at this time, where is 21st Panzer's train?
There's a whole bunch. That's actually a good question.
That's Wiedmar up there on that road.
It's way up north, south of the Via Balbia.
Okay, the Via Balbia.
Yeah.
All right.
But you're on track because the HQ's on track.
We're gonna ghost it. Flip. We need to move it. And we're gonna.
So technically you wouldn't do that yet, right? You wouldn't do that till the activation. Now,
yes.
If you want to have done that in the previous activation, I'm totally okay with that.
Yes, I'm ghosting the train.
Okay.
So we're trading off optimal. You know what I mean, for being ghosted. All right. So it's Snafu with a -2, correct? Correct. Here we go. Well, that's a full.
Yep.
So.
Did you roll for the activation though? To see if you got the second activation?
No, I'll do that now.
You got it.
So. All right. So let's see. Let me steal your double tap. Where'd you put that double objective?
So, Stephen, Decision is producing a game called Campaign for North Africa. But I have reason to think, based on what a little I have heard about it, that it will, in fact, not be the same game at all.
Joe Perez.
Decisions practice.
I repeat my question to you. What was the morale of the playtesters like? Were they prisoners on a galley? Was it Ben-Hur? That's my question. All right, so let's see. Did they have to lock the doors?
Was the
You know?
playtesting? Oh, apropos of Easter, was the playtesting overseen by Edward G. Robinson?
Yeah.
Where's your god now?
Yeah. Okay, double objective marker. I need it from.
Yes. Hold on. There you go. It's out. By Ariete.
And all right. So what am I gonna do? What to do? I think that looks like within 2 hexes of everybody I'd want to do bad things to. Yeah, but I think we're gonna actually put it there. I think that's within 2 hexes of everybody I'd want to do bad to. Oh, but I'd really like to do bad things to those. Well, I could. I'm gonna put it right there. All right. So first things first, it's time to swing our tanky tanks into position. So this guy is going to go. Well, first, we need to move up our HQ.
You do?
I want to. How's that?
All right.
I would like to.
Feel free.
And let me see, command range. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rotation.
Your command ranges are all crazy except for some of the Italian divisions.
And then now we shall move our tanky tanks. Let me hit the move button. All right. So he can go 1. He is going to go. Now your support group guys, are they within support range now?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy, yeah, everybody is now, actually. You've exterminated the guys who weren't.
Okay. This guy's going to go 1, 2.
Oh, let me make sure that's correct. No, that's bullshit. They are.
Oh.
Here, I'll put it up. So, no. None of that stuff is within support range.
Okay. So this guy's going to, he went, let me pimp my move. This guy's going to go 1, because he can. 2, oh my gosh, I'm stuck in a red AV.
Oh boy.
Let's engage.
So that's another 7 to 5.
Right.
So +2.
All right. So +2 on the no support involved. Here we go.
So that's loss of retreat. So that will just send him to Mr. Graveyard.
'Tis a kill. 'Tis a kill. And then he's going to go move. Oh, we also had a double tap on that too. We didn't even count that.
Joe, did the people that were playtesting CNA by the end, did they have the Innsmouth look?
Practically, I love this. Practically inmates. They had almost an entire room. Did they lock the door, Joe Perez? Did they lock the door? Oh, only 3 to 4 guys for a year. Yeah, there's no way that game got effectively playtested. But did they lock the door? That's my next question. You got too small a group. That's another problem. So if you have 3 or 4 people that develop like their own logic system for interpreting the rules, you know what I mean? You read the rules and figure it out.
That's true.
So, all right. So that guy moves there. And oh my God, we have to do another engagement. And we're going to engage with your 22nd Army guys.
The 3rd Royal Tank Regiment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's another 7 to 4. 5. 7, wait, actually, this is 4 to 5.
4? No.
Hold on a second.
I have more than 5, man. I have 7.
Yeah, where are you? Oh, you're okay. Yeah, so you're 7 to 4.
Right.
So you're actually,
and it's a double objective zone.
So hold on though. I can pick the unit, right? That I'm choosing to defend with.
That I don't know.
I mean, you're hitting the hex, I think.
You tell me.
Let's find out.
I'll go to engagement. Engagement, engagement. It's like getting engaged. Which is 4. Section
4. Section 7.1.
7.1. All right.
Targeted player decides which to use. So we'll use the 5 rather than the 4.
And I get +1 because of the double tap.
Yeah.
So it's a 3 difference.
+3.
Target loss and retreat.
So do they both lose then?
No.
Well, they're both.
It's not a barrage. I'm just engaging one dude. So it's always the target. It's not the hex.
Okay, so. Go there.
Hey, Gordon, welcome aboard, man. Good to have you here.
I might as well have picked the lower guy, to be honest about it, because you've rolled 10 plus on every one of those rolls so far.
It's not a good situation, is it? So
No.
this guy now is going to go 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, we are forced now to engage with the 22 RTR unit, 22 armored unit. So here we go. Now it's double tap. So the difference is 3 with the double tap, so it's a +4.
Right.
Here we go. 11, target loss retreat. The German Panzer IIIs are doing Panzer III things. And we're going to keep moving and go there for our last movement. Oh my goodness, we're in a red sock. Let's do it again. This is a net +3. Target loss retreat. We destroy the last of the cruisers in that battalion. All right. Now, this gentleman's going to go here. This gentleman's going to go here. This gentleman's going to go here. And we've got 3 arty. So we're going to do us some, he's going to do us some assaults. And the first assault is going to be by the 2 of the 104th. And they're going to assault the guy just to their southwest there. And we're going to use 1 point of arty for suppression. And we're going to use the Pioneer Battalion that's adjacent to them as an assist.
Okay.
So here we go. So the chart is, yep. We have a same AR, 2 for suppression, double objective zone is 3, assist is 4. Rolling away.
So that's a 12. That's a loss and retreat.
And I think you're red AV trapped yet again.
Yep. So they lose 2 steps. So they're dead.
Right.
Not sure these units are actually going to the graveyard.
He will go there. And then the other guy, now I forget, a unit can only assist once, right?
Correct.
All right.
It's finished once it has assisted.
Right. So the machine gun company is just going to straight up attack the other guy in trucks. And we got another artillery, so we can get a suppression out of the deal and a double tap. So it's only a +3 with this attack. Here we go. A 10. Still feels good to me.
10 is a
A1.
and D situational. Which unit was that?
This guy.
Okay. So, because 21st Panzer is supported, they are moving through a Zoc. So, once again, he's going to lose an extra step and stay in place, which means he dies.
Objective completed. Eliminate support. Or almost eliminate. And that is it for 21st Panzer. And because they can do no more. So we're going to mark them done. Could have actually done some of that 88 firing nonsense, but I didn't. Which is going to go away in the next rules rewrite. But we're playing as is. Play it as it lies, like it's golf. So it is now over to you, Gary.
All right. So we're going to activate the support formation, I think. Yeah. So snafu on this is optimal distance but ghost trains, which averages out. Let's change the label on this.
Yeah, and your MSR isn't blocked anymore. I don't think for any of your guys.
No,
it
it's
was
not.
last time.
Yeah, it was because Ariete was in the way.
Right.
All right, so what we're going to do here, I think, is motor these guys the hell out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll go there as well. And we'll put this here. I'm going to ghost their trains. They're already ghosted, so they don't unghost.
It appears I've sacrificed Ariete to buy time to get the crunchy panzers into play. Panzer divisions.
And that's an enormous. I mean, they're all 4 to 6 steps. They're all AR 4s and 5s. They have an enormous command range. They have 2 artillery, which means that even in a partial activation, they can barrage something,
right,
or suppress or whatever. So that's probably not unreasonable, but. All right, we should have rolled for replacements.
Oh, you're quite right.
Let's do that. It's a D6.
I don't think they can be. The problem is, I think they can't be accumulated. So we'd be like.
No, I think you're right.
Would we be being fudgy? Let's pretend. Well, I can pretend I rolled a 0, but you can't. Anybody or I've attacked. You can't. Let's make that the rule. You can't get them.
That's fine.
Same for me.
So that's
I rolled a
2,
6, which is 2 + 1, 2 + 1. I got very lucky. All right, so
that's a shock.
2 + 1.
All right. So 7th Armored hasn't done anything, so we'll increase that by 1.
The place I'd want to apply him is exactly the guy I activated. Let me see here.
We need a feature in here called Find My Damn HQ.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of like an inventory button, and it pops open. You know more about computers than I do, but it's kind of like you plus open a list and it pluses open, and eventually, you can spread it out and it gets to a specific unit, and then it identifies it on the map. You follow what I'm talking about? It's like you're hitting a little plus button, and it opens up
Yeah.
like more choices. The Vietnam scenario has that, and I'm actually having my VASP for my thing build it into that just because I like that feature. Like sometimes you're like, where's that guy? And so let's see here. All right, so I got to add some. Let me do.
Well, oops.
Let me know when you're done.
I'm done. Wait a
All
minute.
right.
Now I got to figure out. It might just be wasted. It's wasted. Screw it.
They're all at full strength. They're all at full strength. The guys I want to reinforce, I activated. Okay. Right. Yeah, I think I just lost out, is what happened. I got a good roll and lost out. Well, maybe over here. Okay, that's that.
All right.
So,
Roll for fatigue for 21st Panzer.
yeah. No fatigue.
All right. So they are done. I'm not going to attempt a second activation with the support group right now, so it's back to you.
Okay. We're going to activate 15th Panzer. Well, no. No, we're not going to activate 15th. Revenge of Ariete. So, Ariete wants revenge. So they're going to activate.
Okay. Let me
They are.
wipe the. Did you wipe the moves off? Looks like you did.
They're not ghosted anymore because that would have gone away at the end of the last activation. We just didn't do cleanup. So they're optimal but on tracks.
So I don't think it does go away. Actually, I think it goes away at the end of this activation.
Sure about that? All right.
I think that's solid because they
I'll take
were
your word.
force ghosted, and then they at the end during there's a phase for that during
All right.
the fatigue and isolation, or is it cleanups? Yeah, cleanups is when they come off. So they can unghost at the end of this one though.
Okay. So they're at -1 for that and -1 for tracks. They are fresh. So that's +1. So it's a net -2 for Ariete. We're going to flip. And roll that snafu thing. That is a 3, which is a partial.
That is was it net -2?
Net -1 because I had a fresh.
So you're fresh for +1, -1
I'm
for Ariete,
I'm
-1 for
optimal.
tracks,
I'm optimal.
+1 for optimal. So that's a -2.
All right, let's do that again. Let me figure that. All right, so ghosted
Ghosted is -1.
and tracks.
Tracks is -1. Ariete is -1.
Okay, so that's 3.
Because their snafu roll is the German value instead of the Italian
Right.
value.
So that's 3.
Right.
And then we've got +1 for fresh and +1 for optimal.
Are they still fresh?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a net -1.
Right.
Okay.
3.
So Gotcha. Which should still be a partial, I think.
Right.
Yep.
So let's see here. That does not apply.
I think last week was your turn to be sour on BCS, and I think this week it's my turn.
I'm not sour. I just think a lot of stuff needs to be worked out. That's I think that's a fair way to put it.
Yeah. I'd be real curious to see the new version of the rules. I would be even more curious to see the version of the rules in about Volume 7 of the series.
Right. Uh, and but and I have very limited knowledge. I don't hang out in their console side all the time, but I got drawn. Dean asked me to go in there and comment on some stuff.
Right.
It doesn't sound like they're changing a whole lot of major stuff.
No.
They're um. So let's see. This is all right. So this guy is gonna go there, and the fourth armored guy's got limited support. We're gonna have to try to drop with Ariete. So
Uh-huh.
he's got that guy in that hex has got a 3.
Uh-huh. Plus the 2 value, so that's a 5.
Right.
So it sounds like 5 to 5. Did you place an objective?
No, it's gonna be in that hex. So we'll just
Okay.
remember it's not a double tap. All right.
Okay.
So the all right. So 5 against your 5. I'm assuming. Yep.
Yeah, it's on the support involved.
Right. Here we go.
Ugh,
4.
that's a no result.
Okay. And so he's gonna have to do it again. 6.
Which is a drop support.
Okay. So the guy's support's dropped in that hex.
Here, I've got. Damn it.
Yeah.
I got one of these for you, too.
You're the man. You're so good. This guy's now going to go 1. And do barrage on that guy in that hex.
Now, he has to engage that unit. Wait a minute. Where did he
No,
go?
no, I just dropped your support.
Where did he go? On
He's
top of that
here.
other guy?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Right.
yes, that's fine.
So we're going to try to barrage you twice.
Okay.
There's the first one. That's a hit.
Okay.
Here comes the second one. That is not a hit.
Okay.
That is it for Ariete.
Okay. You trying again?
We are
Fatigue.
trying for a second. Yes. So fatigue roll.
Nope.
No fatigue. They're still fresh, amazingly, given that they've been shredded. But
there's more pasta to go around.
Yeah, exactly. So we are going to try for a second activation. Here we go. They got it. They are, once again, at net minus. Oh, the last activation, that train. Flip.
Yeah,
It's
so
no
that
longer
will
ghosted.
flip. That what the shit? That will go back. Pull this down. Support drop goes away. Yeah.
Right.
Your objective, I don't know if you want to move that or not.
Well, the key thing is for this next snafu roll, we're only got a modifier for track, negative, and being German. But we're optimal and we're fresh, so there's no minuses. Because that ghost train after the last activation, it no be ghosted.
Right.
So here we go. Failure flip.
Wow.
So takes care of that.
Okay, guess we're done with that.
Yep. So over to you.
All right.
But no malice. Yeah, I got you, Joe. I would have wandered over to another table and play tested something else. Eventually, I would have discovered I was in hell.
All right. So we are going to. I think. Let me look at my orders.
Yeah, what we were talking about. My thing on the support thing, like it's not dropped, but then it is, and all that kind of stuff. With each activation is like they should really just have a hard limit of the command range. Like if you're not in your command radius, you just lose your. That would be like an easier thing to keep track of.
We're going to activate the New Zealanders, the 5th of New Zealand.
You go right ahead. You have a lot of them, and you've got a lot of planning to do, and I need to use the restroom, so I will let you. I have a feeling this will be a movement, not a combat-y sort of thing, so I shall return.
That's cool. Oh, there's 2 different formations here, actually. Okay, so we'll activate the New Zealand division first. We'll actually activate 4th Indian first. So, where's their HQ? What's their range? Let's make their roll. They are fresh. They miraculously started as not optimal distance from the trains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, they are. They are optimal distance. So +2 to their snafu roll. Let's roll that. That's a partial activation. So let's roll these guys up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess their command range is actually okay at the moment. This guy can go. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Putting him here. Keep the screen. These guys are attached. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's fix this wire breach, which is here. That is it for 4th Indian. They will go again. They won't roll for fatigue. They will go again on a 5 or 6 plus 1 on the roll. And they don't go again. So we're back to the German turn. So we will wait for Patrick to come back. Well, I do housekeeping stuff here. So I think, I guess where I'm landing on BCS right now is, I think there's definitely some really interesting things going on here. I think there's some things to like about this. I'm not convinced that it's all falling together as a cohesive whole. And maybe it is, and I just don't see it because I haven't played enough of it. That's a possibility. We have some sort of gamist distinctions here. So, for example, you have the difference between limited support and red support. And yet, the German stuff, like the guys on the defensive all have red support, and the Commonwealth stuff all has limited support, even though they're on the attack. That might be justified. I don't know, but on the other hand, you've got that additional artillery factor, for example, with 4th Indian. So they've got a lot of artillery support. And unlike a lot of the other Commonwealth formations, their command range is not garbage. Just sorting these out. They're all coming in on the entry hex, of course. We're just kind of threw them on the map at the beginning. So what's the scale on the map on this thing? I'm not sure that it says. On the plus side, I'm looking for the TEC. Maybe it says in the rules. So these are 1 mile hexes. So we're really not talking about that much distance between the HQs and the units. I'm also not somebody that knows a ton about the North African campaign, so. Nor have I gamed much North Africa stuff. In fact, I might be mistaken about this recollection, but up until we started doing this stuff online, or I guess until I first started fussing with baptism by fire, something like 6 months ago, I hadn't really done any North Africa stuff.
I'm back.
Okay, so here's what happened. Nothing super important, but 4th Indian is on the move.
Okay.
They did not get a second. They got a partial activation despite the large bonus, and they did not get a second activation. So it's back to you.
Okay. Well, what to do?
Now
What
I'm
to
gonna
do?
go take a whiz. I'll be back.
You do. You go do that. I will pull up the chat, see if anybody said anything amusing or interesting. Taking losses at 12 miles from your HQ at a day scale, it does not make any sense. Having command and control issues does make sense. To the last couple comments I saw, units did not take losses like that. In fact, in Kasserine, which is a classic example, those units didn't slowly die in isolation. What happened is they were just bypassed, and later other units cleaned them up. So, all right, what am I going to do? I am going to activate 15th Panzer. Flip. I already flipped them, but I didn't activate them before. Okay. So, we got a ghosted train.
All right, we're back.
All right.
Where are you at?
So 15th Panzer is going to activate. We got a ghosted
Okay.
from their, because I moved it. Remember, I ghosted it last active, but we're on a road. Okay, so that cancels out. We are exactly optimal, and we're fresh. So that is +2. So it's a straight up German. Here we go. A 6 is a partial.
+2 is an 8, which is a full.
No. I had +2,
+2
which takes out.
-2. Okay.
Right. So here we go. Truck on track. Truck on track does 1. Half, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, 7.5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3.5. 4, 5.5. 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then these guys are going to go 2, 3, 4, 5.5 and be on the road. And we shall take our fresh marker and our standoff and limited support markers and take them with us. Let me make sure I don't have any 15th Panzer stragglers. I don't think so. Alrighty then. So that is first. There's no fatigue. We just moved.
Yep.
Let's see here. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we are no longer an optimal.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are no longer ghosted, however. But what we're going to do at the end of that last turn is ghost them. And move our train up and get it into optimal.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And now, so we're going to roll for a second activation. We need a 3 or higher. We got it. We're still on roads, but we're ghosted. So that's -1. We are fresh. +1 cancels out. And
-1 for Germans.
Right. So here we go. Another partial. So what we're going to do is go half. One half, 2 half, 3 and a half, and we have to stop. That's what we're going to do. Actually, we're going to not do all that. What we're going to do is move up our HQ. To there. And now this guy is going to go half, 1 half, 2 half, 3 and a half. Take my other HQE stuff with me. We're placing an objective, which we forgot to do, and it's just going to be here. We have to stop.
So
and
you're half movement on these partial activations too.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Half, 1 half. We want to do that. We're just going to go 1, 2.
So you started that unit in hex 2501.
He's right here. So he's going to go 1, 2.
Yeah, but you had a partial activation last time too.
Yeah, but they were in truck mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half, 1, 2. 2.5. 3.5. 4.5. 5.5. So we come up against your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So each hex within 3 hexes of that unit,
only for light AV.
only for truck or
Right.
armored AV,
Right.
costs an extra
Right.
movement point.
Right. Let's look at the screen roll.
So it's, or is it move mode AV? I think it is move mode AV actually, or move mode movement.
Recon screens. Effects on the enemy. Movement. Screening units retain their normal Zox, but also have a screen zone. Effects of the screen. Enemy units, period. +1 per screen zone entered. Okay.
Yeah, it's within 3 hexes.
Right. So this guy's here, and he's going to go half 1, half 2, half 3.5. And then that becomes 4.5. Plus 1.5 is 6. And he stops there. And then this guy is going to go 2.5, 3.5 to there. And then this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3.5, 4.5. Put up your screen zone.
It's up. Where at?
It's up 4.5, 5. All right. 6. So he's 6 now, and he's going to stop there. And then this guy's just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is it for 15th Panzer. They have moved. That is it.
And that was their second, yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
No fatigue. Didn't fight anybody.
All right. So, next. There's actually 2 different formations of New Zealanders down here.
Right. You just do them as different formations.
Well,
This
right.
is not puzzle.
Well, right. It's 2 different activations. All right. So we'll activate the 5th New Zealand Brigade first. And
so
they're fresh. They're optimal distance because the trains are in their entry hex. And that's a net +2 to snafu.
yeah, you're automatically optimal.
Right. So that's an 8. Are they setting an objective? I don't think they are. So coming in from 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to have to. So mines can only be cleared in combat mode. Is that correct?
Yes, you can't just run trucks up in there. So they got to be in there, right?
Yeah. All right. That's fine. All right. So these guys will go. Well, we're going to be right. Oops. We're going to be right here. There's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where that is. This guy will come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This guy will actually be here. The HQ will park itself, I think, right here. And they'll try for another. There's no fatigue, so they'll try for another activation. 4, 5, or 6 plus 1. They get a second activation.
Okay.
So they're still fresh. They're still optimal distance.
Right.
So
if you want,
+2.
if you want to clear the minefields, yeah, you just flip and you move in them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening.
They just make you be deliberate.
Oh, I believe I found the 3 naval lardy asset points that we checked for at the very beginning.
Right.
I'm pretty sure those are the 2 that are out there already, or however many that is. So
yeah.
those guys will come away.
Okay.
All right, so that's them. The other guys will stay in the back as backup. And then at the end of
your activation, the mines
they will
go
be
away.
breached.
Right. Not breach. You can just remove the mine counter. Breach is only for wire. I don't think there's any wire around there.
It says flip the mine or wire marker to its breached side.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go. Which means not effective.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense. It's a little more particular here than baptism by fire with the mines, but these are far more sophisticated minefields.
Mm-hmm.
So having the breach be in a very particular direction, I like that. Remember that if you want, do you want those breaches pointing where they're pointing? Yeah.
I think that's acceptable.
I'll allow it.
All right. So that's it. Back to you.
Back to me. All right. So since you have no naval support, we've got how many of them? We've got 2 batteries of 88s up by, we're going to activate Bach. Bach is fresh. Bach is in prepared defense, so all he can do is partial. Is Bach optimal? Bach is optimal. Is Bach on a road?
No.
Yes, Bach is on a road. The road goes through those hexes.
Yeah, he's tracing on
No.
I mean, I think he can trace that.
Yeah. It's set up that way, so he needs that pass or then we got supply problems. But right now he's on road. For Capuzzo, Barrack, Solemn, along the coast, and then onto a secondary road.
Yep.
So, all right. So he's optimal and fresh. Negates the German disease, snafu disease, and here we go. That is a partial. Doesn't matter what I roll. And all Bach is going to try to do is we've got 2 88s, and we're going to try to light up the guy on the coast road with a barrage with 188.
Okay.
Here we go. Fail. And that 88 is going to try a second time to light him up. Nothing. And then we're going to try to light him up for a third time. Got him. And we're going to try to light him up for a 4th. Did not get him.
No.
Over to you. Bach is done.
Okay. Now you'll notice that this 4th Indian Brigade does not have any support at all. They're just sending guys in.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think what we will do, though, is activate the New Zealand division. This is going to cause congestion problems, but right now it won't. They are fresh. They'll be optimal distance, so they're a +2 on the snafu roll. That's a partial. So we'll move the HQ up to roughly there. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure that's kosher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
By the way, 4th Indian looks like it has support.
There's a 4th Indian Division and a 4th Indian Brigade.
Okay, where's 4th Indian Division?
4th Indian Division
I'll look at it while you're doing that.
is the one that's down in front of that big fortified line. The 4th Indian Brigade is the one up by Hellfire Pass.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. What their whole thing was to do what they're doing, just clear it, because they're fighting a pure infantry battle.
Mm-hmm.
Clear out those mines, attack those positions, yeah, that sort of thing.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Guess that's all they're moving.
Yep. Valentine's and Matildas. Yep.
That is it.
Okily dokily.
So, once again, no fatigue. Did we want to set an objective there? Because we could. No. So no fatigue. So they'll try for a second activation, which they will get on a 4 + 1. So they do get it. Fresh, optimal, +2 on the snafu roll. It's another partial. So we'll take our objective and set it right here. All right, at this time, right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Does that unit in Savona have support? It looks like it does.
Let me see.
It does.
It does indeed, and in fact, it has 88.
Because who doesn't? Yeah.
Now.
Okay, so
So you have to stop. You
well,
have to
I'd have to
engage.
stop there anyway.
Well, you have to engage now to drop support because you moved into a place where you've got to do that.
Yes. So we'll try that. So this is a support involved. I'm rolling at a 4. You're rolling at a
3 plus 4 is
7.
a 7. Right.
So, is there any point in even doing that, actually? Because I'm just going to assault it, right?
Yeah, but you can't assault until you drop support.
Oh, shit. Hold on a second. I got to move this guy back. Give me a second here. No, that's where that guy was supposed to be. All right. Well, we'll do it from here then. So it's -2, I think, right?
Right.
-3.
Ooh.
That's a
Fire
6.
loss and traffic. 6.
That's a
target.
a
That is
support involved. Target dropped. Okay.
right. Looking at the wrong
So
chart.
here's
Right.
that.
So it's target drop. Now, while you're there, because you're there, you still have to try to drop the guy on the other.
I thought I
by
didn't because we just talked about that back here.
in what
I
sense?
thought that was the case. Well, I mean, he's entering 1 hex, right? And there's Ezox
It's because it's standoff support, which is like red AV.
Okay, fine. All right.
Right.
Well, I got another shot, so that's fine.
Right.
So it's going to be the same roll, right?
Right.
Oh no, these guys are much better. These guys are actually Germans attached
4.
to the Italians. So
Yes.
he's an 8 to a 4. So -4 to the roll. That's a 1. That's a fire loss in traffic.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll do the assault.
Right.
It's going to be the unit in 50-10, looks like, with the assist from the next guy over.
Right.
So,
you want to flip those guys. You don't want them.
Oh,
you're
right. You're right.
And I don't know about your other guys either. You might want to flip because you got to do that now, but you might want to follow on and assault again. That sort of thing. Yeah, you got an attack. Yeah, you don't have to move them yet if you don't want to. But just yeah.
All right.
So you got a 4-on-3 with an assist, and I'm sure you got support. Oh, you have a partial.
I have.
But you got support.
Um,
which means once you get a suppression. Because you got 2 at the division, but it's halved to 1, which means a suppression.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so
plus 1 from your AR, plus 2
right.
from your suppression, plus 1 from your assist. I've got prep def, so that's -1.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an objective zone.
It is terrain, though.
Yes, and is it? Yes, is it? And I think it's hexside terrain. which is the only
So
terrain.
it's
All
it
right.
is not. So this is a different kind of fortification than the other two kinds of fortification in the game. So hold on.
All right. So AR, suppression, assist. Then we go prep def. And I think it's hexside terrain and terrain is my guess. So we're going to end up at a net +1 or +2 either way.
Yeah, well, that's where we are right now. Is +1 or
Yeah.
+2. They are hexside terrain and not hex terrain.
So it's not a terrain hex, but it's hexside for the fort specifically.
Correct.
Okay. So that's
it's
+2.
That's a 7,
7.
which is A1D situational.
So how strong are they? Strong enough that we're going to just do a situational and just decrease, and that's it.
Okay.
And that's it. No more. You can only attack a hex once. That's it.
Okay, so the rest of the movement. I believe that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. That was their second. So we are going to have to roll for fatigue here, so they do not fatigue.
Good for them. They're fresh. Fresh. So I don't think I have any more activations, Gary. I think I.
Really?
Oh, I know I do. No, I have Vecmar. Turn off. Well, I'll leave that on. So let's look at them. They're on a road. They're optimal, but they're ghosted. So road doesn't matter. Optimal, ghosted cancel each other out. But they're fresh. Fresh. So that's a net -1 on the snafu roll. So let me flip them. Let me roll them. A 5.
That's
So
going
it's
to
a
be a
partial. So we're indeed going to carry through with this partial. How does a screen work against a screen, eh?
Units in move mode.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. Oh, red AV. But we have a 0 value. I'm wondering if we could like attack your screens with our 0 value. Question I'm asking.
With a 0, I'm not. Yeah, I
Right, but
guess you can. I mean, there's a value there, right?
they're red. Right. Yeah, it's a red AV. Yeah. All right. So this guy's going to go here. Well, he's not even a move yet. The guy adjacent to so that would be a barrage because you're 0. No, or is that limited AV for your wheeled recon
I
guy?
thought the white was limited AV.
Okay. So we've got to drop support. So
No, because there's an AV. There's no support.
Oh, so we just attack you. It's just an
Yeah,
engagement.
it's just it's an engagement.
Okay, it's an engagement. Okay. So I got 5 and you've got 4. And yeah, it's not a double engage. You're the objective. Let's pretend there's an objective mark. And support not involved, so it's a straight up, and you're not in screen. But I am in screen, so I think I can't do this
You
crap.
cannot attack if you cannot engage
Yes,
if
yeah.
you're in screen.
So what we're gonna do is go thither.
No, that just costs. That's
Well,
fine. It just costs an extra MP.
it's the beginning of the activation. I could take them out of screen.
Yes. Well, yes, but that doesn't change the. Well, that makes you able to attack, though.
Right. I shall take him out of screen. He shall attack you.
Okay.
So
I thought that
right.
guy was in screen too, to be honest, but I could be wrong.
Unless you accidentally deleted it.
Oh Christ, that could be easy to do. Let's say he's not. That's it's fine. Play it as it is on the map.
Play as it lies. Okay. So all right. So I've just got a +1 for my AR. You've got a -1 for limited AV. No, that's only for the firer. So it's just -1. There's no supports. There's no nothing. Support not involved. Here we go. 2d6. A 7. Both loss.
Okay.
7 becomes an 8. Both loss. And we're going to do this again. Here we go. Just +1. 11 seems good.
So
Target loss and retreat.
So let me take the other loss. There really isn't anywhere to go but this way, so I'm going this way. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay. And then, having gotten your butt out of there, this objective doesn't matter. This objective is not in play. You were the objective. You're gone. So now this screen is gonna. This guy who does have a screen is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there. But we don't want to be blobbing or crossing the screens or whatever, coordinating. So he's going to stay there.
I think you're okay right where he's at.
He's going to go there, which creates a line of formations, but he's got the screen. Where's that? Oh, screen range, which is good. We want to screen our panzers. Yeah. Okay. And that's that. And now it is time for his second activation. Let's see if we get it with Vekmar. Vekmar is fresh and has a +1, so we just need to roll.
Now you do need to roll fatigue first.
Yes, let's do that. He is fatigued.
No, he's not.
No fatigue.
1 or
You're
2
correct.
would fatigue.
So he needs. Yep. He gets it. Let's. So now we are after that last activation. That ghost train is now not ghosted. So we're optimal. And we're fresh, so it's so it's a straight up roll, getting rid of our German disease. It's another partial, boohoo. So we're going to declare the objective here, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and engage you. So it is again a +1 on the no support. And here we go. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. That's fire loss and traffic. So we take a loss. And there's traffic, but it doesn't matter because that's the last activation. And so I won't even bother cleaning it up. And objective. And declare Vekmar done. Done. Okay. Over to you.
Pull this thing off. Pull this support drop off. Pull this traffic off just to keep things tidy. All right, so those guys are done. 7th Armored has not gone yet. Unfortunately, they're just super weak. They only have 2s. They are AR4s. Support group actually would have had the chance to unghost their trains, so that whatever that's worth. 4th Armored hasn't gone yet either. We'll activate 4th Armored.
Fourth Armored?
Yeah. All right, so their trains are ghosted, but they are on a main road and they are optimal distance. Let me verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They are not optimal distance. So they are -1. I don't see their fresh marker. I am pretty sure that fresh marker that we threw away earlier was theirs. I'm actually marking these with the labels.
Go. Yes. Sure. It makes a lot of practical sense that they actually have these things with, these player created formation cards to place all that stuff in. But then that makes it a game that has, wow, so I need an actual card to go to with all my support stuff on it. You know what I mean? If I was playing it.
Yeah. All right. So for their snafu, they're fresh, so +1. -1 for ghosted trains. -1 for coordination. So that's a -1, right?
Right, and you're not optimal, right?
Correct. So that's a partial. That'll do. All right, so question is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we are going to place an objective, I think. We'll put it here. This guy will go 1, 2, 3. And he will start shooting. So this is just barrage, right? No, this is engagement. So engagement support not involved, and I'm seeing a 5 to 5.
You got a 5 to 5, my friend.
All right, so straight up. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. All right, let's see what happens. First attack. That's a 9. That is target loss and retreat.
So he is going to take a loss.
Now there's 2 units there. That's only one of them.
Right. I get to choose. And he goes 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Second is fire action is the same thing. That's
a death in the family.
Yep, afraid so. Target loss and retreat. So he goes away. All right. Leave that there for the moment, although I'm not sure it matters. Let's see. Is this all that's left? Yep. Actually, it is.
I'm rolling for fatigue on Weckmark because we forgot. No fatigue.
All right. We'll move the HQ around here.
It's got a decent command range for your guys.
5?
Well, I've seen less from your guys.
No, I think they bottom out at about 5, actually.
Yeah, it's these brigades. It's the whole British idea of command and control at the time. Just their organization into these armor brigades, and yeah, it's not good.
Pull that off because we're not making another attack. We're gonna regroup these guys. That guy's done.
It's a doctrine. It's a doctrine thing, as they say. A doctrine thing.
Move this guy. Let's actually count that out. He should be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, he's fine right there. All right, let's try. Let's fatigue. So he does not fatigue on a 3.
No, he does not.
So he's still fresh. So second activation, 3, 4, 5, or 6. He gets a second activation. All right. At the end of that activation, actually, his trains will no longer be ghosted. And now he is at optimal distance, but he is still coordination. So he's fresh for +1, optimal distance for +2, coordination for net +1.
Right.
So, Snafu, that is a full activation. All right, so let's pull this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull that guy right there.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. All right. I am going to activate if I can find the headquarters. There it is. We're going to activate Savona.
Okay.
We are attacking.
What? Sorry, you cut out.
We are Italian.
Yeah, I know where you're at.
No, I'm saying so we're -3 on the snafu.
Oh, that's true.
We are. Let me see where the headquarters is.
Headquarters, I am reasonably sure. Headquarters is tracing on tracks.
I'm seeing that as a track.
Yep. No, that's track.
And I'm seeing him in optimal based on
That seems eyeballing it. That looks fine.
Yeah. And so.
And he's fresh.
He's fresh. So that's +1, -1. He's at a 3. He's at a net -3. Let's go. He gets a partial. No, it's a partial because he's
-3 is a 7. So he's. Oh, is he in prepared defense? He is.
Yes, he's in prep def. So that's all I wanted. So we're gonna take those damned 88 you hate, which we got 2 of them, and the German guys at the fort, the Oasis group, are gonna engage those. First thing we're gonna do is try to engage with one of the 88s, the Valentines that are sitting in the minefield.
Okay.
So we've got 8 against your 4. So we go to the chart for engagement. There's no support involved.
Nope.
And we got a +4. Here we go. 11. Target loss and retreat.
Okay.
And still have limited support.
Yep.
So that 88 is going to try to take down the support of the guy who was in that same hex.
Okay.
And let's see your limited support.
It's probably a 2. Yeah, it's a 2. Yeah. So it's a 6 total.
6 total.
2.
Right. I got an 8. So he's the objective, obviously.
Yeah.
Not going to bother placing it, right? And so boom, boom, boom. Support involved. So we've got a 2 difference. Is what we got on the support involved table. Here we go. 6 target drop.
Yep.
Net 6 target drop. And now
Joe,
the other.
As far as I can tell, you do roll for fatigue for both activations if you get the second one.
Right. So we're gonna the second 88 is just gonna barrage the crap out of him. So he's in no kind of terrain, so it's a 3 or higher. First one, got him. Second one missed him.
Okay.
And I think you didn't give that target a loss. Or maybe you did.
Yes, I did.
You
They
did? All
started
right,
at
cool.
4 steps. Same as the
Cool.
Matildas.
So we can't roll for second activation because it's prep def, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I believe that's correct. Not sure we've caught that. Not sure we've caught that every time.
I only had another guy in prep def, and I didn't do a second activation. Let's see. Double check on that. Might be wrong. It would make sense if you couldn't. Control F. Defense.
Nope, I don't see that. I don't see that either under second activation or prepared defense.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's not something in like the scenario rules or something crazy like that.
You also can't move your HQ. I think we did know that.
I didn't. We've been locked in place with our prep def guys. Let's see here. Maybe it's in the errata. Zoinks, it's a lot of errata. All right. I ain't seeing it.
Me neither. So I think you can roll for second activation.
Refresh.
Did you roll fatigue?
We need to roll fatigue.
They're
Refresh. And so now we need a 5 or a 6 to make this happen. We failed. So that's that.
Okay.
He's not.
So that's it for you. Back down to me. 7th Armored can go. So let's see what their situation is.
So I see in the chat we have another one exceptions where if you're using the optional orders rule, which aren't optional in this game, then yes, indeed, you can't do a second activation with prep def.
Well, you didn't get it anyway, so it's all good.
When they finish writing the rules in 5 years, we'll be good.
All right, 7th Armor's trains are ghosted. They are not optimal, but they are fresh. So I'm smelling a net -1. They are, I don't think they have a coordination problem.
Who is this? The South Africans?
Nope, 7th Armored.
Gotcha.
No, I think they're fine, actually. So that's a 0. +1 for being fresh, -1 for ghosted trains.
They had the MSR problem.
Yeah, but they don't anymore.
Yes, you can get rid of that.
That's back when Ariete was going.
Yep.
Back when I dug them out of that. All right, so let's see what they get. They get a full. So let's set. So what happens when you've eliminated the entire formation? Does the HQ just hang around and you can continue to activate them with their 88 barrages from the ether?
Do I have barrages to do?
No. What I'm saying is, Ariete has one step remaining. What happens when that one step is eliminated? Does the HQ go away along with its associated support, or do the units drop out of support, or do they just continue to rain down from heaven in an unlimited way as they do right now?
My Ariete 88s have no effect on.
All right.
If that's what you're talking about.
That isn't what I mean, but okay, let's just start going, and then we'll address it when it comes up. All right,
so the only people who have an 88 benefit right now, all right, are all the infantry units you see in blue from 21st Panzer. They have standoff support.
Okay,
right. The tanks don't, because they don't receive it.
Yes, but that is not the question that I am asking.
Ask again.
What I am asking is, you have 88s in support of Ariete.
Yes.
What happens to them when there is no Ariete anymore?
I do not know.
Well, we'll look it up when it comes up.
Right.
So, let me get this guy out of the way. All right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Oh, shit. Hold on. So we're doing it in move mode. All right. So, what I believe we're going to engage here, and we have to. So I believe there's a net -1 on this roll. You are at 2 + 3. I'm at 1 + 3. So let's roll the first one. That's a 6. That is a both loss.
Okay.
Which will eliminate you.
Okay. He's deleted.
Okay. Nope, not going to do that. We're going to move this guy back here, I think. All right, this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3. This guy's going to go with his screen. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We get the screen off of this guy.
So Ariete goes away. I'm just going to pick. I looked that up and found it.
So all of it goes away?
Yeah, it doesn't exist as a division anymore.
Okay. What about the magical 88s?
They're even though they exist as a physical thing, they're now ephemeral.
Okay. Well, I mean, they're supposed to be spread out amongst the formation, right?
Right.
So if you eliminate the rest of the formation, then them going away makes complete sense.
Yes, but if I didn't have them that way, they'd still go away. The ephemeral versus the concrete again.
Oh. Yeah, that I'm not sure that makes sense if you hadn't had them in support.
Right. Agree completely. But then again, that might be a unit.
Well, exactly. If it's not in support, then it's a unit, right?
Right. But then it depends on what your definition of unit is. Right, so is an assigned asset, which we'll deal with later. They're certainly not coming back now.
Well, right. All right. So
something else for the version whatever rewrite, or not.
Let's go here. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 1, 2, 3. All right. And at the end of that activation, 7th Armoreds will flip. Let's check for fatigue. They do not fatigue. Let's check for a second activation. They're still fresh. Let me flag these things. Whoops. Well, we got an extra one. All right, let's try for a second activation. They're fresh, so that won't do it. So they're done.
All right. They is done. I think all you have left
Are the
Did you do
South
the support
Africans.
group? I'm pretty sure
Yes,
you
I
did the support.
Oh no, actually,
Yeah.
I got this guy over here yet. The 4th Indian Brigade needs to go yet,
And the South Africans, yeah.
and the South Africans. So are you done? Are you done?
I am done with a capital D.
All right. So let's do the Indians over in the east. So they're optimal. They're fresh. So +2 to the snafu roll. That is a 13. They're getting a full.
Right.
All right. We're going to put our double tap right here. And all right. So we're going to assault. We're going to spend the 1 artillery for the suppression mission. So that's a +2. They don't get an assist. Unless there's 2 units there. Okay, well, there you go. There's 2 units. So they've got 2 for the suppression, 1 for the double objective, 1 for the assist. But
I'm certain we have a terrain, there's a terrain thingy happening.
Oh,
there.
yeah. That's absolutely happening. In fact, that's -2 because it's hex terrain and hexside terrain.
Yep.
And another -1 because it attacked. Wait a minute. Another -1 because I have prepared defense.
I have prepared defense.
You have, well, yes, that's what I meant. Prepared defense does no good. Well, actually, it's a penalty for me if I have it.
Yes.
And I think that's it. Unless we're missing the fact that because you are supported, but there's nothing I can do about that.
No, you can attack. You can attack without bringing down the support.
Okay, so that's a net +1, and then the AR difference will knock that down to nothing.
Right. This is a very. At the end of the day, I'll give him. I think this is a very historic up. Oh. Ooh, it's becoming historic. Ooh. A2.
Yep. Lost 2. So they're done.
Yeah. Historically, they had a rough time here.
Well, yeah. Look, you can see the British sent them in. Go ahead. Go figure the British sent in the Indians.
The plan was, so they wanted to relieve Tobruk, right? So you had the Auk sent all those armored units that are following on, further west, right? Up there to try to relieve Tobruk, and they knew they were going to have to engage the German panzers. This group that you just had coming up is kind of like a shallow hook to try to flank this position, right? But they needed to demonstrate up front, and what happened up in, at least in this fortified section, is going off historic. Yeah.
Let's roll for fatigue. They do not fatigue.
No.
Let's roll for second activation. No second activation.
They is done.
So they're done. All right. So now we have the South Africans. So I would check my orders for them, but I actually forgot to write orders for them. So I apologize for that. And it's all infantry, right? So
Right.
they've got extra artillery, which is great, but all right.
I'm going to. Are you talking about the South Africans? I'm going to assume that I'll write your orders for you. I got your back. So your orders are to move along the road to Bir El Gubi.
That's pretty accurate.
Right.
So
I got your back.
checking the lock rules.
Right.
Tobruk lock. Okay.
Either you declare the lock done,
right,
or a formation gets attacked and they're unlocked.
Correct.
It's that simple.
All right. So supply trains go there. Set that up there for. Well, I guess I might need to move it back if I shit the bed on this snafu roll. So fresh, optimal distance, +2. Partial activation. So that will in fact have to be moved back. So he'll come in 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably far enough. Let's go. We'll come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
General Panir has entered the battle.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5. This guy there as well. He's got 1x behind him. I will be able to move that HQ up a little bit more. We are going to put a screen on this guy, which I should have done at the beginning, but they're out by themselves, so it's not a big deal.
At your leisure, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys up here. Okay, so notice they're coming in with fatigue 0. They are not fresh. They get a second activation on a 6. They won't fatigue again, but they get a second activation on a 6, and that's not it.
All right.
So they're done. And that is the turn.
I think they've shortchanged General Panir with the 6 activation there for the South.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion. Okay.
They're not very good. So I don't know what the makeup of this unit is.
They were green, but the command staff was better than that. That's my comment. So all right.
Okay.
So
I mean, there's a lot of steps, but they kind of suck.
That's what they were, a new division.
Okay.
So they were green to the theater, right? They're brought in this.
Right.
Right. So as is reflected, they're full, right? No replacement issues whatsoever, right? And they're 2s. I could have called them a 3. If I'm just within the terms of the game, just saying.
Yeah.
3 wouldn't have bugged me. 2 seems a little low. I would have given General Panir at this stage. I know he's got a lot of tough stuff to work with, but that was a great command staff. I'd give him a 5, but whatevs, right? Whatevs...
All right.
So is that your last activation?
It is.
It is. I think we should save.
I
I
agree.
think we've done a turn.
Yeah, I am in agreement.
Okay, so I am going to save game as.
I'll let you save the game because it's easier to join the saved game
Is it
than it
easier for
is
me?
to reload the saved game. Yeah, I'll save it too just in case. But
Yeah, I just automatically save everything. So ET2. Okay. And now I'm gonna reset all HQs because I should have done that first.
yeah, that's true.
And then I'm gonna just hit save again.
Move all the movements. Right, the save's a lot faster than the World in Flames module, that's for sure. All right, just checking on the chat real quick at the end.
I think that's it. I think we've had people heard us. We were at 15 not long ago.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody for coming, and
Yes.
we'll either do this next weekend or the weekend after. We've got to coordinate stuff.
Yes, which we will. I was figuring we would resume this next Sunday, actually.
Right.
But we can discuss the details of that after the stream.
So goodbye, everybody. Thanks for showing up from me.
Thanks everybody for watching. If somebody had asked about why wasn't this advertised, so if you are subscribed to the channel and you have the bell notifications on, then you'll get a notification that there's a stream scheduled. So that's the advertising. So if you want to, please do that. So thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and we'll be continuing with Victory Games Civil War tomorrow, 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Thank you very much.
Everybody have a great day. Happy Easter.